God, it's Friday. That is a real thing. Looking forward to the weekend. I wanted to share just a couple minutes of my testimony and how the Lord got a hold of my life and turned me around. I was raised in church. Both my wife and I were raised in church. Obviously, when we were young, we were not married, but we were both raised in church, and I was in the church there with my wonderful mother and father until I was about maybe 15, 16, and I left the church in my middle teen years. Where my father was the pastor at that time, and I left the church because I got drawn away into the world by whatever, the things of the world. Was out in the world for at least probably close to 9 years, probably around 24, 25. My life started slowly turning around, and now that I look back at exactly what it was that God did at the time, I didn't have any idea what was happening really, but it's like God turned a switch on like immediately in my head. I was in a situation, in a relationship with a person. Obviously this is pre-marriage. I was in a relationship with a person, and I woke up one day and it's like the light came on, and I knew I had to get up and get out of that situation that I was in. And I literally grabbed all my stuff, threw it in my truck, and left like that quick. And I had no idea why I did it, but God was dealing with me. And I got reacquainted with Becky, who is now my wife. This is before she was my wife. This is in 2002. This event happened Valentine's Day. I can remember it just like it was a week ago. It was Valentine's Day 2002, and that's when this light got switched on. And I rekindled a friendship with Becky, and I had always loved her and wanted to be with her, but she told me many times, including this time, that that if I didn't give my life to the Lord, that me and her would never work out, because she was in the church, and she knew that if I was in the world and she was in the church, that wasn't going to work. And so I was silly for many years, and I was still a part of the world, living a very ungodly, worldly, you could say the life of a heathen, very infatuated with myself and narcissistic and involved in all the things that are in the ungodly world. And this radical transformation started when this light switch got turned on, and I rekindled a friendship with Becky. And then one day she asked me, she's like, why don't you just come back to church once? And I couldn't think up a good excuse or even a good lie, and I knew she would see right through it because she was too smart. And so I was like, all right, whatever, it'll get her off my back. She's been asking me for years. And the moment that I walked into the church, I mean, it was amazing. I walked into the church and I really felt embarrassed and ashamed, because all these people that were in the church were people that were there from when I was younger, and they all knew me, and it was like, just coming back to a family, really. And it just happened that quickly that I came back that first day, which was Mother's Day 2002. That first day that I came back, God radically started to open my eyes, and I never left after that one day. I don't think I've missed probably more than a few services in the last 23 years. And God just amazingly turned my life completely around. It feels like now that I look back on it, if you asked me back then, I wouldn't be able to define it or explain it. But now I could say that it was like God opened up the top of my head and just began to put His Word into my mind. And what the Word of God did which is what it is designed to do. It's what it'll do for anybody and everybody who will sit and listen and embrace the Word of God and strive to live by it. It started to wash out, the Word of God washed out that old lifestyle. It didn't happen all at once, but through the weeks and months and years coming to services and listening, it started to wash out all that old worldly mindset and all those old things that I really was living to do, and it just changed and rearranged my entire perspective. It's almost like having a new brain. That's exactly what it is, having a new brain. And I am so thankful, so grateful that my wife was strong back before she was my wife. And she said, if you don't give your life to Him, Jesus Christ, you and me, not gonna happen, buddy. And she stood firm on that. And she had all of heaven, literally all of heaven, backing her up. And there was some authority there. God was standing behind her. And God used this wonderful, faithful, beautiful woman, the most amazing woman I've ever met. He used her to get this silly, rebellious boy and turn him into a man. And I am just so grateful that my life did not continue going the direction that it went, and it turned towards the Lord. And it's been an amazing journey. It's been an amazing life. Somehow I convinced that beautiful, wonderful woman to marry me, and it's 23 years later, and we have the best time together. I just love my life. I love my wife. I love my daughter. I've now got a son-in-law, and it is just the coolest life ever following the Lord. It is just so much fun. I'm just having the time of my life, and I hope you are too. God bless.